way or another. We're going to be live like 95. Yeah. Your morning stream. Go grab a cup of coffee. You got to finish up what we start up, right? Yeah. Shout out to all of the notification gang. Y'all suited, y'all booted. Let's go. Y'all jam on up. Rise up to the occasion. You already know they fear me in their physical form. Let it be known. I'm troublesome. Yeah. Imitated but never duplicated. Yeah. Original copy. No carbon copy over here, baby. Shout out to Pookie, Ray Ray, Kamika. Let's go. Law Nation. Come on. Let's go. Are y'all jamming yet? Come rock with the nation, baby. Yeah. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Hey. Hey. Do the shoulder roll. Do the shoulder roll. Do the shoulder roll. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Ain't no party like a cowboy party, cause a cowboy party don't stop. Let's go. Hey. I see you, Jay Versick in the house. Albert, Dad, I see you, fam. CFZ. Yes, sir. Come on, baby. I hope you got your coffee. Does a body good, I'm telling you. Lamont, check out Lamont, man. Check him out. Check him out. Bring him out, baby. Cowboy Nation and everybody else that's watching, man, I really appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir.
Let's go. Oh, yeast 5.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. We was doing the evaluation for the nation, right? We was going over every player.
Oh,
yes,
yeast
indeed.
5.
Woo, boy, y'all do something. Look. When y'all start doing all of that stuff, man, let me see if I can find something else, man, because we can really rock to it, baby. Yeah. Appreciate everybody, Jess and Bruce, Michael, man. Hey. Y'all got me going good this morning. Yeah. Michael said he going to give the GM an F. We're going to do all of the grades right here, right? Right? Where I left off at, right? Where did I left off at? Appreciate you, Rob. Appreciate you. Yeah. Where did I left off at? I believe we left off over here. Let me set that part up. Yeah. Somebody says, Rue Glock in the house. What's good with you, fam? Let me see if I can pull the chat log up. Shout out to the world. The Cowboys' head is spinning right behind me. That means we still winning, right? We still winning on this thing. I know that we're going to be watching somebody else play this weekend, right? That's okay. It's all good in the hood, right? We still holding it down. Let me see if I can pull it up. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. That's so that now anything that's posted, you'll still be able to go back and look at it, right? Really appreciate everybody on the Facebook groove. Normally, I did this, this type of streams late at night, but you know how it goes. When you find time, you got to get time, right? Shout out to you, Sheila. Oh, Sheila. Y'all follow Rue Glock Command over there on the YouTube page. He's always holding it down. Y'all please follow that command there, and trust me, it makes you feel better throughout the day. All right, so we're gonna do this quick talk on the fact that we are in a situation whereas we don't know what this defense is going to look like. We can only assume, right? I did a video earlier this week about Jerry Jones saying that, hey, he would love, L-O-V-E, love for Aldon Smith to come back and to play. And I know a lot of people look at it like, nah, Law, he don't fit the scheme. He don't fit the system of a 4-3 defense. And I was looking at it like, man, are you aware of Tyrone Crawford? Have you guys seen Tyrone Crawford play for the amount of years that he played here with Dallas? I think that he can fit well within the system if they kick him inside. And then in a pinch, on first downs, maybe you can put him on the edge and he can still do his thing from there. So there's so many things that you can do when you have somebody that's versatile who can still play edge, and whether you're standing up or putting your hand down in the dirt, he can do it all. Don't limitate these players. We had a chance and an opportunity to speak to his trainer this offseason. Well, right before the season kicked off, I believe, and it was Big Game James guy, Tucker. He was, what was his name? His name is at the tip of my tongue. But neither here nor there. His trainer said, hey, he can play all positions, any position that you put out there. And I believe that that's not blowing smoke up you know what. You know, football is a strange lady, like Brian Broaddus would say. But the reality of it is that we need players to come into the system. We'll be limited in a sense where, as far as it relates to the cap, what have you. So if he's not asking for a king's ransom, then I believe you give the brother a shot. This is not we holding on to players so long type of situation, right? If anything, he will be better. He'll be better than Dorrance Armstrong as a rotational piece, right? Right? You know, shout out to you, Lamont. Shout out to you, Mike. Smith is a good rotational guy. Yeah. Think about this. I had somebody to say, well, Law, you know, you'll be foolish to think that he played anywhere better than Randy Gregory or DeMarcus Lawrence. And they missed the meat worrying about the potatoes. Man, old folks, right? Man, look, them old folks, man, you hang around some old folks long enough, you'll have it all. Them old folks was right. You missed the meat worrying about the potatoes, you know, or you missed the meat worrying about the peas. That's even better, because so many people be looking at it like, hey, I only have 5 or 6 peas, but you got a big piece of meat right there. You know, just break it down. Just break it down for yourself when you think about it. You missed the meat worrying about the potatoes, because what I was saying is that in spurts. And come on, let's not lie to kick it. In spurts, Aldon Smith, he looked like he played better than DeMarcus Lawrence and Randy Gregory. He had that issue, you know, why he couldn't play. Y'all already know.
Hey.
Here you go.
Gosh. Smoke weed every day.
Yeah. That was his little groove going on there. And there's nothing, trust me, there's nothing wrong with a little libations and a little something to keep you elevated. It was just the NFL rulings, right? And then trust me when I say this, you guys can take it wherever you want. You can swallow it however you want. But you know, come on. Y'all know. Jerry Wayne Jones versus Roger Goodell. That will always be a battle. And some people will say, nah, Law, this is the NFL. That's just how they do things and these sorts of things. No, it is not that. I know that right now, shout out to you, Law Nation fan. Shout out to you, Greg Berry. I know that right now, if I was to try to take your job from you, and you making $30,000 a year, you'd be like, nah, dog, see that dude Law Nation over there, man, he's a crook. I can't wait to get him. He tried to take my money. Can you imagine if it was $45 million? Roger Goodell almost had his job taken. $45 million from Jerry Wayne. Because Jerry was like, look, we can get somebody else to be this commissioner thing, Remember, we pay you. And a lot of times people think that these owners are click tight. No. It's a lot of drama with these owners. It is. It's a lot of drama, right? And it's a lot of things that we don't know. And trust me, these owners don't care about Jerry Jones. That's why the competition commission, they be like, yeah, all right, we'll think about it next time around, right? But the thing is, to get back to the talking point with Aldon Smith, dude had 14 tackles for loss, right? Well, not 14 tackles for loss, I'm sorry. 14 quarterback hits, 14 quarterback pressure. That's the most on the defensive front. That's the most. And I know that, Randy Gregory didn't play that many games. And I know that we can look at DeMarcus Lawrence and say, okay, he had 6.5 sacks, I believe. Aldon Smith had 5. But it's like me spotting you 5 years. Look, he was eating oodles and noodles. He was probably sitting back chilling for the last 5 years. He wasn't playing football. So you mean to tell me you roll out of bed in a season that you play and you didn't have an off-season workout as it relates to training camp with the Cowboys organization, and you roll off the couch basically, and you still get those type of production? And we saw that bear jumped on his back. But I know if he asks him for a king's ransom, then that's no. That's no. But to bring a man and to say, okay, it's a 4-3 system, and just to be fair with everything, Dan Quinn is not these traditional line them up four on the front. He got some variations, not calling it hybrid, but he got some variations to his alignment as it relates to the front. Albert Smith says Kellen Moore, mine is trash. Oh my goodness, Mike, appreciate you over there on the Facebook group. Really appreciate you, Ray. Ray James, Sugar Ray. Every time I think of a Ray, I think of Sugar Ray, and I think of Ray that used to call in on the Cowboys.com podcast. I think it was Ray from Fort Worth or something like that. He might take less. This is from Cal. Yeah, he might. All right, so what were we was doing? We was doing the evaluation for everybody. Ethan says, breaking news, Tyreek Hill tears his Achilles. Oh, let me see. Let me see how I can do this. I always got to I trust you, but I got to verify, Trust but verify. Go to Twitter. I trust you though. But let me see. Let me see if I can. Tyreek Hill. That's how you spell it, right? T-Y. I don't know, dog. I don't see it. It would have been all over here, man. Yeah, I don't see it. You guys let me know if Tyreek Hill shattered his whatever he was talking about in practice. Ethan. Yeah. See, that's what I like. One thing that I like to do here is I allow people to have their opinion. And trust me, I don't get mad at you when you have it. I always say those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. But here's my situation. Because I seen that it became more and more of a habit now that people like to, one, lie to kick it, right? Two, people like to be the detractors or what have you. People like to put other content creators against each other, right? Especially in this time. I get a lot of people saying, such and such is better. Well, let them be better, right? But I'm unique. There's nobody on this planet that looks like me or acts like me or talk like me or can articulate their words and put them in phrases like me, right? So I just say to everybody, be your best version of yourself. And trust me, when you go down that way, it will always be better that way. But the truth is always the hardest pill to swallow. That's the reality of it. So when I bring to the show is facts. Facts are so good, make my teeth white. Y'all see my teeth? They white because they facts, you know. Facts are so important because it's different from opinion. And when you argue facts versus opinion, the facts always win. 2 + 2 will always be 4. Whether you're in China, whether you're on the moon, you can take yourself and go millions and millions of galaxies from here, and you put 2 + 2, it will still equals 4. It's the universal language. One can say that we are all built by mathematical equations, right? Because you got to have certain factors in order to live. So that's why when I give you facts, it's like me giving you life. Ooh, that's deep, boy. That's deep. But no one touches law's wordplay. This is Jay Versick. Yes. The articulation for the nation, right? No deviations or hesitations with the wordplay. But it is all good. Let's go into this situation. Agreed, DJ. Appreciate you. Shout out to Restreams for letting me know that we hit that. But let me do this right quick. Let me pull this up. Oh, here she go.
No one touching law wordplay.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Oh, man. All right. So that was a wonderful monologue right here. And I just had to give myself that one. I really appreciate everybody for sticking around for that monologue there. All right. So you guys see there. Let me know if you guys can see that there. Shout out to you, Lamont. Appreciate you so much for the elevation for the nation. Really do, man. Let's go down. Let's go down to this thing. What about the idea of bringing in Devin McCourtney, a veteran, free safety, draft him one and develop one behind him in the middle round? Devin will be what?
Well, what about the idea of bringing in Devin McCourtney, a veteran FS, and draft one to develop behind him in the middle rounds?
Oh, no. Cynthia Harris, appreciate you so much. What would he be, 34, 35? Bring him in for a cup of coffee. I don't know. As long as he not asking for so much money, right? All right. So, but that's a good thought there, Lamont. We will have to really revisit that when we look at all of our options. Remember this, Cowboy Nation. I'm gonna use another old folks reference. Never dance with the first lady you see. Never dance with the first lady you see. So we'll figure that out, you know. All right, so let's look into this right here, Cowboy Nation. We did this positioning rank or positioning grade thing. Did we rank him by position, height, weight, age, experience, college? No, I think we did it by position, right? We didn't do it by number. That wouldn't make sense, right? We did it by position. All right, so we're going to stroll down here, and no, we didn't. We didn't do it by, well, I must have hit it twice. Here we go, because we did the centers. Tyler Biotis, I think that we gave him a good grade. I think we gave Joe Looney a C+ round in that range, right? We finished up all of the cornerbacks, right? We did. And as a unit, I think that we gave the cornerbacks as a unit a D+ or a C. Y'all put in the chat box, what do you guys give this cornerback class of 2020 of last year? What did you guys give them? Put it in the chat box for me. Let me know what you guys gave the cornerback. Shout out to you, KG. I see you over there. Kelvin, I see you over there on the Facebook. Nina, shout out to you. D, shout out to you. C, okay, so we gave the cornerback a C groove. Okay. And maybe down the line next year, I will have buttons, so when we give the grade, it'll just flash all over the screen. The big old C just drop out of the sky. Kendo gives them an F. F. I can see the rationale of giving the F, right? I can see that. But I will say that this defensive back, the defensive backs, collectively speaking, that in cases like the safety play and the cornerbacks, by what Trayvon Diggs alone, right, by himself, made them a passing grade. Let me repeat, and let me put it in better wordings. By him doing his job himself, gave the defensive back category a passing grade. And by us having, and I don't think that we had Donovan Wilson in there, but his grade alone, when we get down to Donovan Wilson, because I don't know why they split him up out of there, he get the team over the F category, right? Just from my observation, what I want to do here is also, let me see if I can do it this way. Yeah, let me do it this way. Appreciate everybody. And bam. We're going to put that link there. And if you have the opportunity to click on that link, I'm going to see if I can post it in the Facebook group. You guys can see it. That's the link to the channel. You can jump on. The max I can have on at one time is 10. So we'll rotate the people that jump in, and you can be a part of this show today. And if you have any rebuttal, if you have any other things that you would like to conversate and talk about, we can do that as well. The link is in the description box. Please feel free to get there and click on it. Give me 1 second while I'm still building the plane while it's in the air. I'm gonna try to pin it over here on my YouTube so that people can see it. Give me a few seconds. Bam. Da, 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 da. There we go. All we got is time. We got nothing but time on our hand right now. So it's pinned at the top. So all you have to do is jump in, and I'll add you in to the channel or what have you. And the link is on my YouTube page. All right. So Diggs and Wilson, let me see what my dog says over here. Tyler said Diggs and Wilson are the only dogs we had. Yeah. Diggs and Wilson. Let me see if I can find anybody else that was a good spotlight on that defensive secondary. Did we give Anthony Brown a little pass? Did he get a little pass, He showed up, and I know that, some of the interception was thrown right to him, but did he pick up something, or that's just too much right there, right? That was just too much? Yeah. Let's get back to the fact room. Okay. Let's get back to this thing over here. All right. Almost there. Yeah, Anthony Brown gets nothing, huh?
You get nothing.
All right, so we made it down. Okay, so what are y'all grades on? Because we already did Bradley or nah. He got an incomplete. Dorrance Armstrong. What will you guys give Dorrance Armstrong? Ruglock DBs are graded as an F. What the hell are you grading Philly DBs? Laughing aloud. Yeah. So if the Cowboys if we give the Cowboys an F, what do you give the Philly DBs? You got to give them a super F, right? If there's ever such a thing, right? All right. We got Kay Francis up in the house, man. Talk to me, man. Oh. Kay Francis. Let me see what we got over here. What's good? You got to unmute yourself over there. He's still setting up over here. Okay. Let me remove him out of here. All right, so when you click on the link, just make sure you got some good internet, some good Wi-Fi or something, Don't be shy. Trust me, I don't bite at all. I might got some dogs that bite. You know, I might got some of the dogs that do a little. I don't bite. I don't bite at all. You know, just jump right on in, and we'll add you to the stream. All right. So, what do we give? What do we give? Rondell Carter and Dorrance Armstrong. We can grade those two at the same time. Number 92 and number 97. One 6'4", 6'3" is the other. 255 pounds, 269 for your mind. And they're both the same age, by the way. How is that even possible, huh? One's a 3-year starter, one's a rookie. I guess Rondell's like, look, man, once you're in, you in, basically. I wonder if Candy will come back to this year, Law. Candy, Canada. Oh, I can't read today, Akeem. You talk about Maurice Canada. You talking about Maurice Canada. Okay. We will have to wait on Maurice. We have to wait on Maurice. Rondell is incomplete. Yeah. D is for who? All right. Armstrong, you give him a C, a strong C at that. All right. Let's just move right along there. Since we're getting minimum interactions over here. All right. So we're going to go to Randy Gregory and DeMarcus Lawrence. What you guys give them? Because I'm going to give Rondell Carter incomplete, and I give Dorrance Armstrong a C. That's my grades for those two. Randy Gregory and DeMarcus Lawrence. What do you guys give them? Carter's an upgrade, barely had any solid playing time. Armstrong is C. Yeah, this is from Abdullah. Appreciate you so much for jumping in. Yeah. Yeah. Randy gets an A+. This is from Sheila Neal. B+. So D-Law gets a B. Randy gets an A. I got Randy Gregory, and I'm just going to give you guys my grade. All right, I got Randy Gregory at a B+, and I got DeMarcus Lawrence right at a B. And Randy Gregory, he did come up to some games, and he played his butt out. He played his butt out for real. My thing is with Randy, he did make some stupidity on some plays. There's some boneheaded plays and these sorts of things. He still got to work on his leverage on the field. I think that Randy Gregory, year 2, because of the suspension, is not going to be here. And my only thing is with Randy was the level of consistency. He showed up some games and then he disappeared. And what he would do is also he would have a season and we'll see the spark, we'll see the growth, we'll see the glow, and then the off season hits, and then you'd be like, oh man, he's suspended again, or he got some type of afflictions. So what's going to happen now is that I believe that he's going to elevate that B+ to maybe an A honors A+ next season, because he'll have all of off season to train and work out. Remember, Roger Goodell didn't allow this brother to even work out with the team. He couldn't even be with the team. That was the craziest thing of it all. Man trying to self-medicate because he have all of these ailments going on. He couldn't work out with the team. That was the craziest thing of it all, but he battled through. He was able to show up and show out midway through the season. So he get right at that B+, B- range, right around there. So I just ranked it up and gave him a B+. Albert says Randy is C and D. Law is a B+. Yeah, my thing is now D-Law, he gets a lot of flack or a lot of hate because of the fact that we paid him all of the money. And you know how money do. It makes you be seen in a different fashion, basically. And that's the problem, and that's the scenario with that. Charles, you might have to reconnect. Your device not connecting over here. So just reconnect, Charles, over there on the link, and we'll bring you on and add you to the show. But nevertheless, DeMarcus Lawrence, 34 tackles, 6.5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. That's some outstanding stuff. But what we would like to see is some of this category to increase. He's 28 years old, right? You guys can see that. He's 28 years old. And we would like to see this number increase because of the fact that, yes, he does a great job, an excellent job as relates to contain and stopping the run, but we need a little bit more, you know? Think about this. The best way to contextualize this asset or the best way to look at this would be, would you pay him his money if DeMarcus Lawrence, if he gave you 6.5 sacks a year, would you give him this type of bread, right? Like if you were to look at this thing from the outside looking in, are you guys able to see what I'm saying? And trust me, I do know that numbers are numbers. So in 2017, like let's look at it. When I pulled up the comparison, we paid DeMarcus Lawrence off of 2 years production opposed to 3, which I understand. His contract was up. They franchised him in 2017. They actually franchised him again in 2018, but they ended up coming to an agreement, and he played off of that year and got 10.5 sacks. And I know that, hey, you got to look at the other end of the production aspect of it, Law. But I come here to tell you, if it was the inverse, if it was flipped, if he gave you in 2017 5 sacks and then turn around in 2018 6.5 sacks, will he be getting his paper? Will he be getting his bread? Will he be getting the money? Will he be getting the grain of salt that he said that he rightfully owns or the Cowboys should pay? So those are the ways that we have to look at it, and those are the way that we have to contextualize it, regardless of how we go back and forth with each other. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that he's not living up to his expectations or his play or his pay or what have you, but what I'm saying is that from the outside looking in, it'll be looking like, man, we overpaid, right? Because you didn't pay that much money to stop the run, right? You didn't pay that much money to say, okay, I'm gonna have this guy playing contain, and that's just the reality of it. It's a hard pill to swallow, but the truth is the truth, and there's no way around it, right? Do anybody disagree? And I give you room to click the link that's on the top of my, YouTube page, and you can jump right on in. If you're on the Facebook, you'll have to go up the comments to find it, because I don't have a way to pin right now while I'm live. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? And then when we look at the production, is it something terrible? No, but that's right at B production. It's not A+. It's not A-, it's not an A, but it's just what it is. And that's just how we got to look at it. So with that being said, how do you combat this? How do you help elevate this pod right here? I would say you get some big meat inside. You would try to draft somebody that can play along the side of him. Maybe if they can command or demand 2, and you free up DeMarcus Lawrence and have the one-on-ones, maybe, just maybe. But DeMarcus Lawrence as a pass rusher, he's not a bendy guy. He's a great hand placement, burst get off the line guy, and he plays a wonderful job. He does that well. I think that his hand placement is really nice. His burst and his explosion off the LOS is really nice. And he got strength. He got this bull rush that he do. So that's why, I just give him a straight up B. But let's go back one, and let's go back another one. And we got this to reset this thing all the way up again. Oh, man, I got to do that every time I click on somebody's profile, huh? All right, so where I'm at, I'm way down here where Randy Gregory. Let's look up his stats. Right quick. Good old Randy Gregory. Albert Smith said, no. Albert Smith says, look at Khalil Mack statistics as well. And I'm glad that you mentioned that. I'm talking about where they based off of paying him. They paid him based off of 2 years of production opposed to 3. I hope I'm catching you right on that conversation there. And as far as production-wise, I don't know whether or not Khalil Mack doing anything over there in Chicagoland or wherever he's at. I just look at it from those angles. All right, so he have Randy Gregory, 28 years old, 6'5", 255 pounds, and he had 3.5 sacks. And of course, he didn't have the same amount of games as everybody because he had to miss a whole entire month of playing there. So those are the issues there. And my thing is, we know for sure that this brother, when he came out there to the scene, you can see 15 tackles, 3 forced fumbles, 3.5 sacks. Yes, and on top of that, when you look at it, if he can continue to have he played only 10 games, right? Compared to the other guy played 16 or 15, something like that. So we got to look at that too. He only played 10 games, got 3.5 sacks, 15 solo tackles, 21 total tackles, pass defend, that's like pass breakdown, bat down, or what have you. You got one of those. So I'm looking at it like, okay, cool. If we can get him back for next year to be this guy that's off the field, issues is gone and erased, man, we would have a better situation and scenario with good old Randy Gregory. So for Randy Gregory and D-Law, if we find some help into the inside, we will be doing this.
This is Sparta!
Yeah, Bruce Williams said he only had like 8 games in some plays. Yeah, and the new coaching staff, they looked at it like, nah, we only going to put him in this light. We only going to put him in that light. And the thing is, when they did that, it was like, oh, come on, why would you do that with him? Let him establish, defensive end edge rushers. Got to get a feel of the game. You can't put the man in and out. You got to allow him to get a feel of the game. Sometimes you'll have some combinations set up that you're trying to do against your contemporary. Well, against the opposition, you try to do that, and you say, okay, I'm trying to cheat to the inside. I'm trying to cheat to the inside, but I have to set up that I'm going to the out. I'm going to set up for going to the out, and then you might get them like first quarter, second quarter, that they might be winning. But I come in to tell everybody that majority of your sacks come in the late third and the fourth quarter. When you figure out what the offensive tackle or the lineman is trying to take away, or what their moves are, or if the fatigue factor in. But if you throw somebody, of course, they hot in the fourth quarter, then they have to really figure out how this person is trying to defend, right? So those plays a major role. That's why, yes, it's good to rotate defensive front, but in the same breath, you also got to be mindful that how you're rotating. You don't want your cornerback rotating in and out. You don't want your safeties rotating in and out. You just don't do that because you got to get a vibe, a feel, a flow of the game. So you got to get all of those things, and it counts. It's a major part and an asset to the game of getting involved into the game and figuring out the flow. That's the same thing on the offensive side of the ball as well. It's okay you have a dual threat running back situation, right? But the majority of the time, you got to figure out how you can insert one guy in so the other guy would not be cold. Because what happened here, collectively speaking, you would insert a guy, and all of a sudden, if he is not feeling the vibe or what have you, or not feeling the flow of the game, fumbles, hitting the wrong hole, reading the wrong play, a lot of that can happen. All right, so we gave those guys B and a B and a B plus. So, all right, so let's go back to this list again. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you, everybody. If you hit that like button, share this content, let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and Beyond. And my name is Law, by the way. All right, so we left off on DeMarcus Lawrence and Randy Gregory. Now it's time to grade these two, Aldon Smith and Tyrone Crawford. Both are 6'4". One is 265. One is 290. Both same age, 31. And we look at the situation of playing time, 6 years, 5 years, 9 years. Okay, so what do you guys give Aldon Smith? What do you guys give Aldon Smith a grade, and what do you guys give Tyrone Crawford? Mike says we hope that they give the young Bradley and I some chances next year. Yeah, I do. Aldon is a B. QBO 88 give Aldon a B. Okay. And Aiden gives Aldon a C. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Crawford a D minus. Sonny give C plus. Some JavaScript reading and computer programming. Aldon B. Daniel, okay. Smith gets a C and Crawford get a C. Okay. All right, so let's look at it from these perspectives. I will have to click onto the link here, and let's look at it. Let's see what we pull up. 58, 6 years of experience, 5 sacks, 31 tackles, 0 forced fumbles. All right, in his career, let's go around here. And all sacks are not created equal. 2012, he was hot, huh? 2011, 14, he got 19. Then he had 13. 2013, he had 8.5. And then 2014, he had 2 sacks. And then 15, he had 3.5 with the Oakland Raiders. And then he took a 5-year hiatus. And he come back and he trumps that production. And what I'm looking at, he played 16 games, right? And even in Oakland, he had only played 9 games with 3.5. One can argue that he was more so in shape from 14 to 15 because he had the off-season training. He had all of those things added into one. So my thing is, will he ever get to this area right here? No. I don't think he'll ever get to 19.5. And if he do, that will be benefit to us if we sign him back in 2012. If he ever get back to that, that would be crazy. I got Land on the Moon for sale if people believe he'll get back to that. Nevertheless, we look at this right here. After 5 years of sitting, yes, sir, Sonny says, yes, sir, after 5 years of sitting on the couch, doing whatever he doing, running through the airport, yelling bomb, or getting chased by the police, being drunk out there in public, hit the parked car, whatever happened to him, After 5 years, he comes rolling off the couch and gave us that production. Now, some sack, I think one of them was like a coverage sack, and then we have to go over line by line on each and every last one of them, right? But let's look at Crawford resume for the 2020 season, and there's probably be much to do about nothing because I don't think that the Cowboys will bring him back for a cup of coffee. Let me know if you guys feel that they will. And what happened with Crawford is he had, 2 sacks over here, 7 tackles. Now, to be fair, he was not in every game, right? They try to add the pressure in from the interior, and they rotated him in and out. So that's a scenario, right? Shout out to you, Tyler. Shout out to you, Charles, and appreciate you, Jermaine, for watching over there on the Facebook. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? And let's look at everything. What was his career like? What he brings to the table as far as that 3-tech? One can argue in a 3-4 he would have been an edge guy, right? So they kicked him inside, and that's just been the storyline for his entire career. We go all the way down. And remember, this is a $40 million man, right? In 2012, 0, 13, 2014, 3 and 5. 2015 was 5 sacks, right? In 2016, 4.5. And this is coming from the interior. So we're not looking for, out of him, an Aaron Donald type of production because, he's one of the best interior guys that you can find. And trust me, he's millions of miles away from here. And he's been serviceable at best or average at best. In 2017, 4. So it seems as if, though, in 2018 was his best year. He had 5.5, and it's just looking from the sack total production. And you can add in the assistants, and you can look at the solo tackles too. And you said that's one of his tops too outside of this year. He had 20. But last year, 2019, he had battled through some injuries, and he only played 4 games, and he gave you 1 sack, And then 2020, he played 16 games, so he gave you 2. So it would be egregious for me to look at this thing and say, okay, I give him the same grade that I give Aldon Smith when he had back-to-back years, right? And of course, 2014, those hips, man, they got bad. Crawford is beat up. I think Crawford is an ideal 3-4 defensive end guy. His best years behind him, Peter, yeah. But you ain't got no legs. He ain't got no legs, baby. Do they bring him back, though? Like, if you had a choice to bring back Tyrone Crawford or you bring back Aldon Smith, and, of course, the weight variance will be different because of the fact that Crawford is a little bit bigger than Aldon. 2 different body build, but if you if you can use Aldon as a tweener, kick him inside on occasions, and then put him on the outside, when it's needed, maybe second down. Who knows how they rotate that thing? Or you could just say, okay, let's get away with both of them. Let's just bring in some new, fresh fish around here, Would that be a better option? We just thinking. It's just objective thinking, objectively. That's all we doing. Thinking objectively. No way, no how. This is from C. Burley. Out and over Tyrone. Okay. Somebody going to say you better call Tyrone. All right, so we got Eli. Got Gallimore. We already gave Gallimore a grade. I give Eli, from what they did for him, he's 6'3", 325 pounds. No need to click onto this man's bio there. But I will say that, they brought him in during the midway through this season. I think they traded for him, right? They traded for him. Whoop-de-whoop. I'll give this guy C at best. That's what I'll give him. Charge it to my head, not my heart, but I just don't really think that he was that much of a deciding necessary factor in most games. But he was a guy, he's 6'3", 325 pounds. I think he did a little bit more than what they were asking for Poe to do. So shout out to him. And they don't have Hampton over here, but I'll give Hampton a C+, right around close to a B, but I give Hampton the C+ over here as defensive tackle. And Saywu, we saw him none? I think only 1 play on special teams or something like that. So I give Saywu incomplete. I'm just going to rush through this thing. I'm just going to rush through it. Connor McGovern, I give Connor McGovern I give him a C+. They asked him to come into the game. He did a wonderful job, and his name wasn't called that much, so hopefully he elevate to a B. Connor Williams, I give Connor Williams a flat-out C+ as well. I mean, he was getting dog walker most of the games. Did he improve from last year? Yes. Is he a guy that you can say, okay, give him a B+, B, A-? Nah. Connor Williams' best game of his career, but he still was a detriment into the interior. These are just my grades. You guys can give your grades out. Greg Zerline, I give Greg the leg. I just have to give Greg a B, and this is just my thoughts on it. He wasn't the worst of the world's kickers, and he wasn't the best. He was right in the middle. He won us a few games, and, of course, we would want him to nail some of those longer kicks, but due to the stupidity of the coaching staff, it was just crazy. All right, so let's move down to Francis Bernard. Incomplete. We had, if we were to give him a grade aspect of it, due to the, let me see how I can put this. If we were to give him a grade aspect based upon the off season, before the start of the season, we probably gave him a passing grade. But it's incomplete. Luke Gifford, incomplete because he really didn't get a chance to see him that much. Sean Lee, I give him an R. For let's retire Sean Lee. Sean Lee, he gets an R. Retire Sean Lee. You can throw in an incomplete. But as far as the coaching, I think I saw one game he was all in the ear and the face of the players there. So if Sean Lee can become one of those coaches that they can groom, then steroid Luke. I see you, Sonny. Shout out to you, Frank. Shout out to y'all over there on the Facebook. Jenna, appreciate you for jumping in. Sally, thank you for jumping in on the Facebook. Really do appreciate you all. Don't forget to share. Sharing is caring. All right, so moving down to Jalen Smith. All right. This is where I try to speed through this thing. And get to the Jalen Smith. That's what everybody want to talk about, right? I'm just going to sit here for a minute. Everybody want to talk about Jalen. This is your opportunity. Matter of fact, if you have a rebuttal, click the link in the description box or click the link at the top of the screen there, and I will add you into the show. All right. Jalen Smith. He switched position this year, right? This is his first time playing that position. Did he switch position? Let me see if I'm going to read some of your comments, man. And, it's one of those things, right? Jalen gets an A for me. This is from Jay Versick. Is that B minus, Sonny, for Jalen? LP, yeah, he get an A, Denise, yeah. Jalen gets an A. QBO 88 says a C. Shout out to you, Chase. Let's talk Jalen. Yeah.
Jalen gets an A for me. # don't hurt me.
State your case, Jay Versick. Why? And I appreciate you for the donation. You get one of these.
This is Sparta!
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Now, let's contextualize it. He said he gets an A. Why do he get an A? What's his qualification for an A? It's like I want you guys to show me the work, and I'm not saying that he deserves a D. I'm not saying that he deserves an F, a C, C plus, B plus. Why do Jalen get an A? What do an A means in school, right, or grade school or what have you? That in every category, that you were superb in every category, basically. Throughout the entire year, meaning that you average above average to get to that A point. Jay Versick, I'm looking for you, fam. I'm trying to figure out that A. Yeah. Akeem says Jalen is bad in coverage. He's bad at tackling, basically. Akeem says Jalen is slow. Vertically, he is slow. Okay, there's some points there. Scheme casualty. Yeah, now there's a lot of casualty when you're trying to learn a new scheme and they plan you in a different position, right? Right? Let's look into this. Let's see if I can pull up Jalen's resume of 2020, and this could be a moot point, right? This could be a situation where we saying, hey, really much to do about nothing, but let's look it up anyway. 4-year starter, 6'2", 245 pounds. He's 25 years of age. He's still young. All right, so here, I know that tackling number is wrong, right? he had more than 89. Let me see how they did that. 87 solos, 152. I thought he had 154. Huh. Well, this is the official website, right? You guys can see that. Let me see. Bam. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Maybe I got something wrong with me. Let me post this right here. Bam. Yeah. Y'all see that link there? Y'all click on that link. Make sure that I'm reading it right, right? I thought you had and that questions everything that I did today, then. When I clicked on these little links. Maybe they said, man, the Cowboys website was like, you know what, man, we ain't finna do this, man. We ain't finna do this. We ain't finna update.
No, God!
Let's shoot it. He has way more, Sonny. Okay. So he have 154 tackles, right? And if I were to say, okay, at the start of the year, I'm gonna have my linebacker to get 154 tackles, I'll take that every day, any day. All right, so what we're looking at is his full, complete resume. In 2016, of course, it was a red shirt. He didn't play. He didn't do anything in 2016 but held the clipboard, right? And one thing that I can say with Jalen, he's consistent. You see this column right here, that G stands for gangster, right? This gangster been playing for 16 games every single year, 2017, 2018, 2019. Let's give him this right here. You got to. Why, Law? Why? Because if we got this out of Sean Lee, man, we'll be talking a whole different, game right here. If we got 16 games, I'm using my dog Jay Versick's standpoint, that's an A. That's an A category, right? Can anybody disagree with my dog Jay Versick on that one, right? We going by this day, right? So that's an A. That's a flat out A for to be able to play every single game. Your best ability is your availability, right? So let's move over to the totals. You see the totals right here. Oh, I can click on it too. Look at that. I didn't know I could click on it. See, I'm learning stuff from it right now. But let me keep it within the confines of the years. All right, so in 2017, 79 is the total tackles, and we know that the numbers is off because it's 154, so they missed 2. All right, so and then this could be the official. This is the website, so this could be the official stat sheet here. Who knows, right? But who's counting? In 2018, he had 115, so he hit the triple-digit marker. In 2019, 139 for your mind, and then 2020, 152 tackles. Is that an improvement from year to year? I just want to know, can somebody say that he improved from year to year? Is that an improvement? And I know that we got to add the context into it. That's why we're taking our time. We ain't got nothing else to do on a Saturday. I know that people got something that they got to do, but the people that's watching right now, is that an improvement from year to year? Is that what we trying to grade, right? If we grade him from that angle, if it's an improvement, that's an A, right? Or it's a solid, went from a C to a B, right? And the things that they don't show is, and I'm not campaigning for nobody, but I'm just taking my time going over the grading here. So Sonny says, yes, sir. I love it. 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 So that's an improvement. One can say that is also improvement because this is a direct correlation to the solo tackles. It increased from year to year, 48 to 76, 76 to 80, and 80 to 87. I would like to see the ratio, but, I don't feel like doing math tonight or today. I don't even know what time frame I'm at. All right, so All right, so let's look at this one. All right, let's look at the assistants. Did I click on it? Did it change up everything? Now, bam, let's go. Okay, started from the bottom. Okay, 31, 39, 59, 65. So that improved. Okay. That improved. Okay. And it's hard to contextualize all of this without looking at the film and putting it out there. But that is an improvement. One can argue and say, yeah. All right. So let's wheeze over to the sacks. We love sacks. And in 2017, he had one. Yeah. I believe I recall that sack. In 2017, it was against the 49ers. I want to say that he came right through the A-gap, and he destroyed, I'm talking about destroyed, the quarterback that game. I think his name was Bertha or something like that. I could be wrong. I could be getting that year mixed up with another year. But I believe I saw that. All right, so in this dang gone thing, let me see. Why did it recalibrate? Let me just do it like this. Why is it doing it like that? I'll tell you what. Do the old school way. Go back out, go back in. Let me go back in. Bam. And come on, internet, catch up with me. Because I don't want to be looking at the thing backwards. Okay, it's better now. 17, and then 14, 2018. What year this was? This was Chris Richard and Rob Marinelli administration first year, right? First year. This what gave him the money, right? Man, you got your guy, you getting 4 sacks out there. That ain't bad, right? This what gave him the money. And I can see where the Joneses are coming from here, you know. Like, oh man, we got us a linebacker here, man. We got us a linebacker here. Let me see if you guys can see it. Make sure. Yeah, we got us a linebacker. So we're looking at that. I hope you guys can follow along. Let me see. Bam. And then 2019, 2.5. Okay. That dropped off from here to there. And then 2020, 1.5. Let's pause it there. Let's pause it there. What do you guys see from there? Let me see if I can add my guy over here. I'm going to add you to the stream. Cowboy.
What's up, man?
What's
up, man?
What's up, man? Let me see if everybody can hear you. Say something, fam.
What's up?
In the chat, can y'all hear Cowboy? What's your name, fam? Is it just Cowboy or that's your nickname?
They call me Cowboy.
They call you Cowboy? Talk to the world, man. We on the topic with Jalen Smith. What do you grade him? Do you think it was a scheme situation, or what all happened with Jalen Smith, and what happened with this team entirely?
I just have a question. Do you think Dan Quinn would be a good defensive coordinator?
Do I think that Dan Quinn would be a good defensive coordinator? My thoughts on Dan Quinn is this right here. It's simple. He would have to establish his style. He would have to establish his technique. He would have to establish all the things that he brings to the table in order for me to give a true rationale of what he can do. Now, will he be a good one? I think, yes, he will be good, but he have to establish his system and his scheme and his philosophy. What's your other question there?
Oh. He took Seattle to the Super Bowl, though.
He took Seattle to the Super Bowl, or was it a combination of the head coach, Pete Carroll, right? Combination of also Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas. You look at all of those guys, man. The Legion of Boom with Richard Sherman. So, do we have that personnel, the Bobby Wagners of the world, KJ Wright? Do we have that personnel? Do you think that he get all of the credit for that, or was that more so to do with the talent that was out there on the field?
The talent.
The talent level. And I get what you're saying, that yeah, if you've seen it once, you can see it again as far as the coaching aspect of it. I really believe if we can find the talent, and we might just have it. We got the Donovan Wilson who was showing us some promise. We got the young Diggs who can say, okay, maybe, just maybe, his ceiling can be like Richard Sherman, right? So we can add all of those things together and maybe, just maybe. But this is like an old wait and see, and that's why I said I would not give my grade out to Dan Quinn until maybe the latter part of the year. Well, after the first or second game.
Our schedule's looking hard though.
Yeah, but it's looking one of those schedules that we would have to say, I wonder how they're going to orchestrate it, whether or not we're going to have the rougher teams on the front end or they're going to sprinkle it all out in the middle or in the end there. But I will look at it like this. We know for sure that we'll play most of our divisional games on the last end. So we'll find out as far as their scheduling.
So who you got going to the Super Bowl?
I got the Kansas City Chiefs going to the Super Bowl versus the what you call that damn team, the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, it'd be those two.
That game will be good though.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I can't stand the Packers, so I want Pat Mahomes to get him another one.
Green Bay thinks they have won a lot of titles, but they only won one.
Yeah, it's go all the way back, Title Town and all that stuff. The craziest thing is that, we were like Lombardi Trophy. It would have been the Landry Trophy if we were to beat them, and I believe in the Ice Bowl or something like that, long, way before I was thought about being here on this planet. So, yeah, it could be, it is what it is, but I can't stand the Green Bay. They are Title Town. They call them Title Town because of what they did before the I guess the birth of the Super Bowl era.
One time I saw the Green Bay Packers versus Cowboys 2014, the Dez Bryant catch.
Yeah, the Dez Bryant catch. The catch, no catch was a horrible situation with the official rulings and stuff like that. But there's much to do about nothing now. Dez Bryant, he's in the playoff. Hopefully he can get him a ring or something like that if they so happen to win all the way through. But we'll see what Dez Bryant gonna do this weekend. They cheated Dez. That's what somebody said in the chat box. But what else you got for the show, Cowboy?
Not much.
Appreciate you so much for joining in, fam. Really do, man.
Thank you.
How y'all like the new setup, man? So when y'all click the link. See, I want, look, let me hide myself. Let me know if there's any echo going on. Were y'all able to hear the caller? And shout out to him for jumping in. The craziest thing of it all, right? The craziest thing of it all is that the first person to ever jump in to this setup, dang Cowboy, So that's right there. Oh my goodness. That right there is something next level. I'm always thinking about new things. I'll give Jalen. I'm not going to give him an A. We were going over the Jalen situation before he called in. I thought he was going to give me some Jalen groove there, but I will give Jay Versick. You can always jump in and click that link as well. I will give Jalen. And it's hard for me to look at everything as far as his total production and give this man a D. It's hard to look at everything as far as the new scheme and the new role that he played in a C. I'm going to give Jalen a B, not a B plus, not a B minus, a flat-out B, because of the fact that he showed up to every game. And I know your best ability is your availability. And on top of that, even though he tackled a guy way in the backfield or what have you, at least he tackled. Because if he wasn't there, maybe somebody else maybe the player would get more yards. I don't know how to really contextualize it all together. Now, as far as his coverage ability, F. I just have to say that. As far as his ability to read and diagnose plays before they happen. His instinct level, I have to give that a C plus. So those are the categories that's bringing him totally down. And his speed factor, oh my God, vertically he got speed. It's change of direction that's the problem. So when we look at everything and we look at the money that the Cowboys paid him, right? And on top of that, his coverage ability, his change of direction, his speed, and his decision-making out there. And the reason why I got to give him a mulligan on the decision-making, because it was a new position, on top of that, a new scheme, and that he already lamented, hey, it's too difficult for me to know. So it's kind of equivalent to if people have kids out there, right, and they saying, hey, I don't know how to do said situation, and you still giving them the same situation, then that's on you. Coach is supposed to be able to elevate and coach, right? So now we got to look at that. So he's saying that he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. And on top of that, I'm not talking about the man. Technically, I'm not talking about the man. I'm just talking about football. He said he's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, and he's not, comfortable within the system. So those are things that we have to look at it. Anthony, shout out to you. Appreciate you for jumping in. The sound is great, fam, but Cowboy trying to chat with us in the elementary level. Shout out to you, Anthony. Should the Cowboys trade for Justin Simmons? I think that Justin Simmons will be on the free agent market, right? So they should just have to pay for Justin Simmons. They shouldn't have to trade. They should just have to pay for him. And should the Cowboys pay for him? Yeah, that's the magical word. So if you want to jump into the stream, anybody, just click that link that's in the chat box there, and we'll move it along. Really appreciate everybody that's joining in to this channel. It was 11:46, so we got a couple more minutes here. Really appreciate them, man. Really do. Let's go back to this room here, and we're going to pull up the rest of it. Appreciate you. Robert, appreciate you so much for jumping in. Robert, appreciate you. All right, so we looked at that and we said, okay, 2019, yeah, he had 2.5, and then he dropped from 1.5 for this year. And when we look at that, that is a disimprovement, but that's not an improvement. That's like a, I digress type of moment. So we look at it from that year to this year, it's not the same. But it's a new scheme in these sorts. And he got he had an interception last year and the year before that. So maybe 2021 he get another interception, right? It seemed like he got a little trend going on. One interception a year. That ain't bad. All right, so let's look at the other players on this list, and then we'll just keep it rolling from here. All right, so let me go all the way up here. You got to do this all over again. They don't keep the same setting there. Bam, bam. And we are on the linebacker. Joe Thomas, 6'1", 232 pounds. He's 29 years of age, 6 years of experiences. I give Joe, what do you know, Joe? New system, new scheme for him as well. I'll give Joe, and the craziest thing of it, I gave Jalen a B, and I have to give Joe, it's not one of those things. I would just flat out give Joe a C+, because when he was asked to do a situation, when he was brought into the game, he did it. Now, he got his snaps limited, and there was one play that I would like for him to call back, and I don't know whether or not I have to really go back into it, whether or not it was Jalen Smith's fault or was it Joe's fault, but it was the Seattle Seahawks game. Middle of the field, somebody messed up something. And my thing is with that, I don't know the play that was called. We can only make speculations. But somebody's supposed to cover the middle hook, and they abandoned ship. They allowed the middle of the field to be wide open on a pivotal down. One can argue that if we stop the Seattle Seahawks on that down, we beat them. We beat them. That's the craziest thing of it all. We get the ball back, and we get a strong chance and opportunity to win in that game. Leighton Vander Esch. Number 55, double nickel, 6'4", 256 pounds. Some people call this guy Mr. Glass. What grade do you guys give LVE? What grade do you guys give LVE? Going once, twice. Jalen is a beast. This is from SoCal Trojan. But he ain't good in pass coverage. Why have him in pass coverage. That's definitely on the coaching. Yeah, I feel you on that. That's all we saying. Let's see. Marcelo B says Jalen has a low football IQ. I'm not going to hold him to that, but I'm just going to say that his instincts are terrible. In Charles Barkley voice, right? Lost your Dallas trade down in the draft to get Christian Barmore. This from Ethan. Yeah. Can't stay healthy, Gorilla Fam. He says can't stay healthy, LVE. If like we were to switch like LVE's health rating to Jalen's, would you guys be better with that? Like availability and stuff like that. 3 years of experiences, 1 sack, 32 tackles, 1 forced fumble. And we're going to go to career mode, and we're going to figure this thing out with the career mode. He gave you 16 games his rookie year. He didn't have that label. And shout out to you, Scott. Shout out to you, Manuel. Shout out to you, Pollard and Gracia that's on the Facebook. Really appreciate you all that's there. Continue to share this content and subscribe to the channel over there on the Facebook. And thank everybody that's on the YouTube page. I really appreciate you all that's here. All right, so when we look at it, we look at the 2018 16 games, right? He wasn't labeled as the injury-prone guy. So we can probably use this as a model, right? If he's healthy for the entire year, he gives you 135 tackles, 97 solos, which is pretty good. Pretty good for a rookie. Where's this production at? Where is the money? Where's the production? Where is it? He can't stay healthy. So in 2019, he had 9 games, and they was scattered throughout that year, right? Come back, go get hurt, come back, go get hurt type of groove. 70 tackles, 41 solos. That's a good ratio, by the way. And 0.5 sacks, okay? So he was there. He assists somebody. 3 ball bat downs, ball defend. So that's not bad. Let's see for 2020, 10 games. So that's an improvement, right? From 9 to 10, but his production dropped. So we didn't get a chance to do a lot of this. We didn't get a chance to do a lot of this year or last year. So when we look at that, when we look at his resume, and I know you really can't go just by the stats alone. You got to look at the film and everything like that. But this is from our outside view of things. When we look at that, what are you guys giving LVE? What is his grade? What are you guys giving LVE? What are you guys giving LVE? Oh, okay, because I'm going to give this brother a C-. Need to improve. I'm going to give him a C-. That's my grade on LVE. And hoping that if we can get B for 2021. And it's interesting because I want to know how Dan Quinn will use Leighton Vander Esch. That's the interesting part of it. I want to know how he will use him. How do you guys feel like he will use him? All right, so Law, what app are you on? Can you post the link? Let me see if I can post a link right here. There we go. That's the link right here. That's to the website. When you click onto the website, you can see the Cowboys.com website. They got all of the good stuff here. And, we got a long way to go. A long way to go. All right, so definitely won't be able to finish this all out, but you guys get what I'm saying. That's the link to the website, though, and you guys can see what I'm seeing. I think a healthy LVE, you can use him like a Wagner type. I can see that. I can see that because now LVE, he's more linear. He's taller or what have you. And I think that the way he tackles is not of the same. Not of the same. He can cover in space pretty well. I think his change of direction probably need to improve on as well. He's kind of boxy in that. But he's more quicker than he's fast. And by him being such a taller linebacker or what have you, he can get to the space in that point. It's just that my reservations is his tackling technique and some of his reads be off at time. Yeah. Old boy said,
He needs some milk.
LVE. Yeah, he do. He needs some of that. He do. Yep. So that's just how it goes from here, Cowboy Nation. And LP Ladder-Sword, man, he gets an A+, man. That's just what he gets right there. LP Ladder-Sword. You got to give him an A+. Hunter the punter, I give Hunter the B+. He came in, he did his job. All right, so we'll get into offense a little bit on another episode, but I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune into Cowboys Sports Talk and Beyond. We will do probably some more episodes down the line like this, and we'll get into the detailings of what this team should do and operate on how. I want you guys to enjoy your Saturday. Try to enjoy it. Sit back. Be with family, because that's what I'm about to do. Hang out around with family. I said to myself, man, let me just jump live to at least to the top of the hour to give you guys my thoughts on everything. And y'all know I'm a big pro family guy. So really do appreciate everybody. I just want you guys to know that years of life will always be just like this season or last season. Throw you all type of curveballs, right? We'll throw you all types of like, man, why did that happen? But you got to continue to fight. You got to continue to figure out ways to make things happen. And, I appreciate Cowboy for jumping in. I really do appreciate you for jumping in, joining the show, being part of the show. Thank those who wanted to jump in but didn't jump in. So don't nobody tell me now. I want to jump onto the show because I gave y'all a link. So I gave you a link, and nobody jumped in but Cowboy, So nobody else. I don't want to hear, hey, I want to jump in. No. The answer is no. I gave you a chance and opportunity to jump in, and nobody jumped in. So that's my thoughts right there on that aspect of it. And for those that's on the Facebook, I really appreciate you all for being part of the Facebook. We're growing. Facebook is growing crazy over there. And I really appreciate those. And I got people on the Periscope as well. Me, Big Game James, and Skywalker, we will be doing the late night hype next week. I think we moved it to Wednesday in the middle of the week. We will have former Cowboy player Tyler Patman, I believe, that he will be on the show. Well, if you guys remember Tyler, I think that he was the guy that got into fisticuffs with Dez Bryant, right? You guys remember that? So what we're going to try to do is what I'm going to try to do is like, hey, Tyler, call your boy Dez up. Let's talk about it. When the season is over with, we'll try to bring him on. If we can get Dez Bryant on the show to give us his thoughts of the Cowboys organization, that would be good. That would be a great thing, right? Right? Marvelin Group, what's up with you, man? Yeah. Live like 95 from Mississippi. Yeah, we holding it down, baby. Don't trade Gallup. What's wrong with y'all? This is from Sonny. No, you can't trade Gallup. It'll be egregious right now. It'll be crazy. Now, unless somebody is offering you a king's ransom for him, then that's when you can go back and say, okay, he's gone, right? We'll figure out the rest down the road if they're trying to give a king ransom for him. But I doubt if they would do that. Aaron Rodgers still Cowboys daddy. Well, yeah. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers, man. I have no ill wills towards Aaron Rodgers. The golden arm, the playboy, all of that stuff. All right. All right. What time? We got a couple more minutes before my clock expire. Let me do this right quick. Let me do this. Let me move this over here. Give me a few seconds, Cowboy Nation. And we're going to do one. We're going to do one of these deals right quick. And let people know that it's possible. It's flat out possible for all of these things to occur and to happen. And bam, we're going to go right here, and we're going to get on out of here. We're going to get on out of here. I promise you I am. All right, so we're going to run one mock draft. Pick the Cowboys. We're going to go, let's go 7 rounds. I'm going to go 4. I ain't do no full 7. Fast, and let's go. Look how fast that thing go. They giving us the 30th pick, the 62nd pick, next year's 2nd, and next year's 3rd. Nah, we ain't gonna do no trades. That trade is very valuable right here, but we ain't gonna do no trades. This, hell yeah, I'm gonna take this. Shoot, move to the 10 to the 11. Yeah, I can accept that one. We accept that one. No, reject that one. All right, so with the 11 pick, let me see what the Giants, they went and got Quiddy Pay. So that's all good. All right, so with the 11 pick, the Cowboys select Devontae Smith, right? Well, let's see what we can do. You got Surtain still out there. So for everybody who said, man, Surtain is impossible for him to be an 11 pick, right? He's still there on the board. Oh, we got Waddle. We got Smith. We got Slater. We got Christian Darrisaw. We got Aweezy. We got all of these guys. Ojulari. That's what you could give that man a nickname. Ojulari. J.C. Horn. Where would you guys go? Slater, right? He's a bad man. Marcelo B said another wide receiver. Man, Cowboys would be crazy to do that. If you're going with BPA philosophy, you'll go with the wide receiver, right? What if this guy would be the next Randy Moss? You know what I'm saying? Can you pass upon that? Can you pass upon that? Jeremiah is the next Ray Lewis, okay. Out of Notre Dame, he the next Ray Lewis. Yeah. Look, I don't want people to be saying, look, there's no more Ray Lewises out there. I'm going to let y'all know just off the jump. There's no more Ray Lewises and there's no more Randy Mosses. Okay, so let's get back to it. But, yeah, he could be the next Ray Lewis if you believe. All right, so Jeremiah, you got Slater. All right, let's go with Slater, right? Let's go. He's the best player available. And outside of the 2 wide receivers, here's what we're going to roll with. Let's see what we go with. Let's see what we roll with. Yeah. We got the offers to the 61st. And, oh, man, that'd be too much like right? I guess in real life, that would be reject. So we got Slater. So with the 44 pick, we got to go all defense from here on out, right? So we got Tony. We got Nick Bolton. Look how you fell right in our lap, man. Look at Nick. Watch Nick be better than Jeremiah. Y'all. All right, so pick 75. They trying to give us the house. I would dance with this one. I would really dance with that one, but reject. We ain't doing that. This is unbelievable. We reject. Okay, 75. You got Stokes. You got Gainwell. We don't need that. We got defensive tackle. There's your plug. Go interior. You even get your developmental quarterback, Trask. Nick Bolton at 44. Another key CB alongside. We can go look at the defense. Let's see what they got out there. Cards, cornerback. Stokes. They got Vincent Jr. They got Williams. They got Aubrey, DJ Daniels. Go bam. Let's go. Safeties. Cisco. Got my dog Wiggins over there. Gillespie. No. Let's go. Watch this. Make some people mad. We go with the interior guy. Not rejection. The Kimbe make law. Okay, we got 2 back-to-back picks. See, Cisco's still there. Gillespie is still there. All right, so, man, I'm going to roll. Watch my math. Let me see if he can. I went with Adarius Washington. Reject. Cisco is still there. Which way y'all go? Cisco? Man, when you do it this way, one of those guys better hit. You guys get what I'm saying? We just trying to find a safety. One of them better hit. You know, we got back-to-back. Look, we're going to put them up against competition amongst each other every single day. Line them up, lace them up. Okay, you go against this wideout, you go against this wideout. First person, make it pure competition. Pure competition. Look, I believe in the hearts of hearts, even though Orlando Scandrick didn't have that wonderful, beautiful career that we really wanted out of him, but I believe what made him continue to fight, where they kept putting him up against, what's the other kid, Jenkins, right? Putting him up against Jenkins, put him up against Jenkins, right? Let's go back-to-back with that, you know? Let's go back-to-back. I know. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, let's put him up. Because my thing is, you got Slater, right? You got Nick Bolton, right? And then you got your interior guy that one can argue and say, well, you know, Law, we don't need him. He's going to take time to develop and these sorts of things. But you get Jalen, you put him inside, and you say, okay, hey, fight. Here's what we want you to do. We want you to be better than Antoine Woods. We want you to be better than Hamilton. We want you to be better than Crawford. We want you to be better. You see what I'm saying? We want you to bring that type of moxie to the game. And then we bring in the Washington kid. Just look up his tape, man. That's all I'm going to say. Just look up his tape. You can see what you can get from there. And then Cisco, look up his tape. I know. What people will say with Cisco, and I'm not talking about releasing the dragon, Cisco. What people will say about Cisco is this and that. But not just by chance, you become all of a sudden the leading takeaway guy in the conference. But he was the lead, like, for multiple years, like back-to-back years. Like, he had more turnovers. Now, do he take bad angles? Yes. Is he a great tackler all the time? No. But if we can just remove, like, the injuries part of it is always a thing, right? Injury is part of it is always a thing. But the injuries are injuries. But give me that. Let me see how were you able to get all of those interceptions? And when you look at these weren't ball bat downs. This was him jumping routes. This was him taking calculated risk. And that's just how it goes with that position. Give Cisco, and I'm not trying to tell people to be highlight warriors. I think that is crass for somebody to say, well, you don't ever just only go by highlights. No, you should never go only by highlights. But highlights will tell you. If you've seen it once, you've seen it, you can see it again. And I'm not trying to tell people to be expert highlight watchers. But dog it, if you bad, you won't have nothing out there. You're typing, oh, this brother got nothing. His brother got nothing. But when you look at this right here, let me see where my dog is.
You get nothing.
He spoke that from sternum.
You get nothing.
But what I'm trying to say is that when you look up tape, the things that you would need, the all of the actual full game on, or the all 22, are your DBs. You need that, especially the wide receivers. Some of the play designs from the opposite end zone view, but from the wide receivers, what you can see from the broadcasting view, the get off, the explosion, the separation from the LOS. You can see that. You don't have to see the all 22 to see that. If it's one-on-one, if it's somebody close, when you're looking at the film, did they separate? Did they make contact? Can they get off the jam? Not watching the highlight because they do got some of the full games there. You can look at it in that. Especially the trenches, that front five against that front four. Pull up the broadcasting game and watch. Did they zoom in on that? Did they turn the shoulders? Did they put the hand placement there, right? Did they explode? Did they get off the marker right? Which hand did they play with leverage? Are they doing the same exact technique over and over again, spinning into the inside once contact? Do they have a wide base? Is it narrow? You know what I'm saying? Versus wide. Those are things that you can look at. Now, I'm not trying to make everybody film expert film watchers out there, because there's none. There's nobody that's an expert film analysis out there, because of the thing is that this right here, if you were, you would have John Madden call you saying, hey, can I have you to break down Madden NFL? Can you will have literally people knocking on your door saying, hey, I'll pay you $1 million, $2, $3, $4 million to chop up this tape, to curate it and put it out there to the masses so that we can be better and winning football games. That's the reality. Enzo says, laughing out loud, Antoine Woods was so mad on Instagram. You know, my thing is with Antoine spacing, yeah, you gotta have spacings and stuff like that. My thing is with Antoine, and there's no hate at Antoine, but he gotta man up, man. God dog it, as big as you are, you gotta man up a little bit. Somebody send that clip to him. Tell him that this dude named Law Nation told Antoine Woods to man up. Because you can't be going back and forth with people on Instagram. If you have the foresight to know what you're doing, you don't need to get accreditation or validation from somebody else. That's the reality of it. You playing a sport and a game that people wish that they was on. So yes, you're going to get people to talk back and forth with you on your skill of play. Just play your game. Do your thing. Prove it on the field. Your best success will be out there on the field, proving them wrong, and just make a tally of that. And then when you come out on top, then yes, you can say, well, hey, for all of the haters, I'm lifting the Lombardi trophy. Or for all of the haters, I made it here, you know. But don't go back and forth with people that are not even playing the game. They don't know what play that was called. They don't know whether or not you had, to shoot the gap or to play two-gap responsibility on that play. The whole defense entirely, was different from last year, right? Tape don't lie. This is from Branch. Look, another thing with Antoine Woods is this right here. The dog that get hit with the brick yelps. So the truth is the hardest pill to swallow. And if somebody's saying something true, then that's when he want to stick his chest out and say, no, it's not this, not this, not that. Now, the reality of it is this right here, Cowboy Nation. That is the truth, and it hurts, right? If somebody come out here and type in the chat box, Law, you don't have a beard, what will be the purpose of me going back and forth with them, right? And you can clearly see that I have a beard. That is the reality of it. So Antoine Woods, man, you miss me with that. Just get out there and play the game. Prove people wrong with what you do on the field. Because you can't win an argument or a debate against somebody on Instagram or Facebook, YouTube. But you got the ability to win the argument on the field. That's the reality of it. That's all the time that I have for this beautiful moment. I really appreciate you all for tuning in. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you and make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting or lied about, don't deal in lies or hate it and yet give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your whole life for, broken and stooped and build back up again. If you can just do this, Cowboy Nation. Walk with kings, presidents, nor lose the coming touch. If neither foe or loving friends can harm you or hurt you, talk down and bad about you. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, my friend, you have unlocked the true meanings of what it takes to be a man, a hero, a leader, a legend. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let me get some fire emojis in the chat box. Let me get some fire. I can't leave until I get some fire now. Y'all got to give me some fire, some fire. Some fire. Come on, Cowboy Nation. I know y'all there. Let's go. What's up? Really appreciate you guys, man. One way or another. Let's go. There we go. I thought, boy. Oh my goodness, I said the stream head. I said, man, nobody wants this fire. It's free. It's free 99. I said, man, I must did something wrong this morning. I thought that nobody was watching. I thought the stream was over with. But I see that, hey, due to this endurance, due to you guys continuing to support the nation, even though I sat down and I looked around, I said, man, nobody is up in here, right? But now I looked over and I see everybody is up in here. That's what I'm talking about. It could be the YouTube situation. It could have been the Facebook group not catching up. But I'm going to tell you guys, look, a prize fighter, even when he's down, they say if you get knocked down, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. And that is exactly what happened. I looked around and I said, nobody was here but you guys, man. Combo, baby. I said, man, what did I do wrong? Did I say something to get on somebody's nerves? Did I gave somebody a wrong grade, you know? And then I looked around and I said, it was no fire. But I'm going to tell you something. I really appreciate you guys, because I thought for sure that you guys gave up on me. I thought for sure y'all left me for dead. I thought for sure y'all said, and y'all gave me the boot. But y'all continue to elevate the nation, and it make my beard grow and my teeth whiter. I really appreciate you guys, man. I really do. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Hey, as my girl Jessica would say, PVO, positive vibes only. But objectively speaking, I really, really, really do love each and every last one of you all. Let's continue to grow this channel. Let's continue to grow everything. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, oh, yes, and remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Turn me up, baby. Roll one, baby. Roll one for me, eyewitness. Roll one for me, baby. Yeah. Let's go. Looking forward. There we go. Yeah. 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 We out, baby. We out.